In today's video, we're doing a partial lawn renovation on this dust bowl at my daughter's house. We're going to break our backs with a core aerator and then apply seed, fertilizer, and a soil conditioner to get this lawn back to beautiful. Once upon a time, a boy met a girl working for a mouse. They fell in love and realized they'd never own their own home working for the mouse. So they packed up a big truck and moved to New Jersey, lived in a basement to save money for a year, and bought a foreclosure to fix up while they lived there. This is their story.
It has been a while since we've been here at the Living Flip. And the last time I was here, we changed the back door and you'd already seen this fence was here and they got a new dog too. Since then, they've also gotten a driveway done. And they also got it widened up here a little bit so that it's easier to get in and out of the garage and you can fit 3 cars across much easier. But the big news is they got the front done. They had the sidewalk replaced. They had all the bushes ripped out and new raised planting beds on either side. And look at the steps. That is beautiful.
This is what the steps looked like when they bought the house.
So when the contractor was doing all that work over the past week, their bobcat just did murder on the lawn. And they were kind enough to take some dirt and level this out. That was kind of a low spot there. But today we're gonna prepare it for seeding. So we've got the lawn tractor there with the bagger on it, and I'm mowing it at the regular height to get rid of some of this debris that's been here for a while. And then I'm gonna lower it down slowly until we get rid of as much of the grass as possible. And then we are gonna give a try to this core aerator. Never used one before, seen it done. I hired a contractor in 2016 to do it, but never used one ourselves. So this is going to be a first for me and Josh. We'll see how it goes.
This damage was primarily caused by the drought of 2022. We didn't apply glyphosate to kill the lawn because that only works on green growing plants. And as you can see, nothing's really growing here. After scalping the grass, we fired up the aerator and got it started. It takes a while to get used to, and it's a lot of work, especially in the turns.
So what aeration does is it pokes holes in the ground and it pulls out these little cores and they disintegrate, so you don't have to pick them up. But what it does is it leaves the holes that let air get down below the surface, and your seed and your fertilizer get down below the surface too. But it whoops your butt.
The best practice is, the more holes, the better. So we made 2 passes in opposite directions.
So now I know why I paid somebody in 2016 to do this. I've seen people do it and it's a butt kicking, but doing it myself, no thanks. But it's not cheap to have somebody do it. So this is definitely the most economical way to do it, is to just rent one and do it yourself. Now that we've poked all those holes and the lawn is prepped, it's time to seed. And I am using GCI turf type tall fescue. That's what this is. That's exactly the seed we used when we patched over here. What was that, 2 years ago, Josh? Probably
yeah.
2 years ago, and it still looks beautiful. GCI turf seed is awesome. I'll put a link to that down in the video description. Now for fertilizer, well, you got to use a starter fertilizer. This is, let's see, 21, 22, 4. So the phosphorus is the high number in the middle. Usually that's a 0, but for starter fertilizer, you want that to be high. This one has an advantage that it also has a weed preventer in it that does not hurt the grass seeds. So this one is actually going to do a really nice job for us. And the other thing I'm putting down is Soil Mastery, which is really optional, but it's like a soil conditioner, and it's just going to help add some organic material to this soil and just give it a little bit of a jump start. So I expect to see really good results with these 3 products.
Tall fescue is a beautiful lawn, and the plants grow thick, but they don't spread like bluegrass. So a fescue lawn needs to be reseeded every few years for best results.
So here you can see the rate we've been putting the seed down. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. I would say we probably used, I don't know, maybe 30 pounds on the front lawn. Filled the hopper twice. We saved a little bit because we have some spots in the back we need to do, but we're not seeding the whole backyard. And this was a great idea. What we did is I sent them out to get landscape wire, and we had the contractor run that landscape wire underneath the steps before they finished them. And then that way we can run an outlet out the garage and power the lights on both sides. We'll have garden lights in here at some point. Now this bag covers 4,000 square feet. We have 7,000, so I got 2 bags. It'll be a little bit heavy, but that's okay. With the seed, I wasn't worried about over spreading it. But for the fertilizer, I'm gonna use the side spread control, which is this little lever under here. And that way it doesn't throw it in the neighbor's yard or on the sidewalk.
I normally buy all my fertilizer from Yard Mastery, but I went with Scott's today primarily because of poor planning and because it has the weed control in the same bag.
That's like a soil conditioner. It's got humic acid and all good stuff for the soil, so this soil could use it. So go ahead and pour that in there.
Soil Mastery is a granular biostimulant designed to enhance your regular fertilizer applications. It conditions the soil, adds carbon and biostimulants, and improves the overall health.
Now this one is not as critical. It's not going to burn the grass if you don't get it perfect, so you could just leave it wide open on you don't need to use the edge mode. That one's so dark you can't see it coming out.
Yeah. Not the same level of satisfaction as seed.
No.
It's made with the Anderson's patented DG technology, which stands for dispersible granules. That means they disperse into tiny particles as soon as they get wet.
We just do the Parkway by hand. It's such a small strip.
This 45-pound bag covers 15,000 square feet, so we effectively doubled the rate and applied the whole bag to the front lawn.
All right, so what we want to do is just take that rake, and especially on the bare soil, just gently rake. You could even use the back of the rake. Yeah. You're not really raking anything up. You're just embedding the seed and everything into the soil, so the birds don't eat it, and so it makes better roots. Now, water is one of the most important things when you're going to seed. You got to keep the seed wet. So we got 2 impact sprinklers, and we got an extra cheap hose that we're going to put between them, and this cool little timer. So at least that way they can turn it on in the morning and it'll turn itself off. So that's a good thing. They won't overwater. Now that soil is really dry because it came out of the garden bed from the contractor. They spread it out. And a lot of people would probably put peat moss on top of it or topsoil or something, but we're just gonna hope for the best. Sprinkling is one thing, but we're gonna pray for rain from Mother Nature, and hopefully everything works out. And in a couple weeks, check back with us and we will show you our progress. You can always follow us on Instagram, HandyDadTV, and we will see you in the next one. You just love the sun coming through the water. It's a beautiful thing. Now grow, babies, grow. Welcome home.
Be sure to subscribe and watch our new series, The Living Flip.
Ooh. And that has 1.25 inches.
It's the little one, that's all I know.